Welcome back, beautiful people. So, yeah, man, I went to my local coin shop today and picked up some more coins, of course, right? So, as you know, I was missing the Everglade because they sent me this one, and this one's Arches, but it actually came in a little container or sleeve here that said Everglade, but as we can definitely see, it's the Arch. And so the story with this one goes, I called ATMEX and I said, hey man, you sent me the wrong coin, and I ordered the coin that was labeled, but the coin inside is not the coin. And the coin, the quarter was roughly, I don't know, 16 bucks right at that time with the price of silver. And so I says, well, I really don't need this coin. And he says, well, you can send it back and we will send you a coin that you wanted, this coin here. And he said, or we could just credit your account with 20 bucks. So I took the credit, kept the coin. Sound like a good deal to me. So anyhow, I did pick up an Everglade when I went to my local coin shop. I picked up some Buffalo nickels. Now, I do have a lot of Buffalo nickels, but you know, for the price that I saw on these for very goods, very fines, in that category, I thought, what the heck, if nothing else, maybe I'll be able to update my Buffalo nickel album with some better looking coins. And that's the way I go about doing my collection, is to get a coin in the hole first of all, and then we continue from that point and upgrade continuously until we come up with a product that we're really, hey, that's really nice. I'm going to leave it there. So that takes care of these. Then in my Lincoln Cent book, I was missing a 1932D, and as you can see, it's really expensive coin. So why I don't have one, I have no clue. So I went ahead and bought two of them, and the 1932 Denver is not even a rare coin. Okay, it's really not. And then these here, these here are the 1930S San Francisco. I don't know if I can get that in there. See if we can make y'all see it. A 1930S. So all of these here, again, nothing exciting about these coins. Except for I didn't have one. Why? Why didn't I even have one? And so I went ahead and bought four. They were, oh my goodness, you're not going to believe the price on these things. They were 15 cents a piece. So I said, yeah, let's get that going. Anyhow, so what we're going to do real quick here is just finish up this book, and this will be the end. As you can see, all the quarters are already here, except for when we come to 2014, and 2015 is already done. So really fun and exciting, and I'm going to get this one out of here. Now, I don't know if y'all trying to rip out these staples here, but if you can put the knife in between the coin and here, you can just cut it through that area and then pop out the coin. Makes it a whole lot easier, and you don't have to try to rip all those staples out of there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, because it looks like, even though I just touched it, it looks like it was already touched when I had looked at it at his shop. So anyhow, let's get this guy, Everglades, into the slot. here. And guess what? We are now, in just a second here, we are now completely done with this album. Complete. Make sure when you buy your albums it says includes proofs, please, because that's really important, because otherwise they're not, because a lot of the San Franciscos were not intended for circulation, and therefore they are only I'm just gonna say basically for collectors. Anyhow, make sure it says that on there. I did buy one, it was the Lincoln Cent book, and it did not have that on there, and I was really upset because there was no place to put my San Franciscos. Anyhow, so this updates this book complete. That is always something fun and exciting to say. So while I was at my coin shop, my local coin shop, I did pick up the remaining book from the 2010 onwards. And so, because in that book that I'm going to be putting these little guys all into here in just a second, and we're going to make the books the way they're supposed to, because when it came to 2009, I just went ahead and continued even though they weren't labeled, and I put them all together anyhow, up to 16. So I'm going to leave y'all alone for a little bit, and we'll see how far we get filling out this complete book and putting these coins into the other book, and see how far we get. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so this is now 1 cent short. How's that? So this is complete with the 32D and the 30S, and like I said, the hard one to find is the 31S, and I already had one. So anyhow, so in this book we are still missing the 1970 San Francisco small date. Okay, so that book is complete. I removed all the coins on the last sheet, and then we moved into the next book, which is, they called this one the Shield Cents. Anyhow, missing a few coins here, and then we also have up to 25, and then hopefully we start getting some 26s in. Of course, then we all know that that's going to be the end of the Lincoln Cent. Anyhow, so yeah, not bad. Looking to complete sets. So when I got home today from the local coin shop, my local coin shop, I needed to, I got home and there was an order sitting on my front porch. So what did we get? The 15s, P's and D's, 14s, P's and D's. What are these? 24 P's and D's, and 22s, P's and D's, 13 P's and D's, 11 P's and D's, 8 P's and D's, I'm sorry. The presidential dollars 2015. So I guess I needed this for some reason or another to probably finish out the presidential dollar book. And so I have those. And then we had got some 2009s, 2019. Wonder if I got this one with the, let's see if it should say it. Oh, this one says without the Lincoln Cent, the W Lincoln Cent. Of course, I do have one sitting right here, and so it's not like I'm missing out on something. Maybe I just didn't feel like paying the extra money. But then we had a 12 P's and D's and an 18 P's and D's and a 17 P's and D's, and the last one is the 10 P's and D's. Okay, so again, like I tell everybody, that's where I find my what do you want to call it, my coin collection, is taking them out of mint sets and proof sets, and if I don't find them, well, then I look elsewhere. And here's like an elsewhere. So I needed a 25S Native American dollar, and I also needed a 1916, both of them being San Francisco mints. And so I purchased them also to put into that book. So maybe the Sacagaweas, or the Native Americans, is going to be closer to being complete. Anyhow, that's it for today. I do have two more huge orders coming. One is a Morgan date set. So it's not a full set like what we would normally think of Morgan silver dollars, you know, where you would have the P's and the D's and the S's and the O's and the, you know, CC's. No, this one is a date book. So it only is going to have, you know, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, you know, just like that. It's not going to be a specific to any specific date with all the mint marks on it. Anyhow, that one's coming. I also have another order of 20 slabbed Morgan dollars. Now, why am I doing this? And so if you get all the way to the end of the video today, that would be really awesome. But what is my deal? When I started seeing the price of silver go up, well, I said, it's good to buy early and watch where it goes, right? And what did we learn? Did we learn a lesson today, Friday, the 30th of January? And silver yesterday had got up to like $121, and now it's sitting at 83. So if the ones that started stacking a long time ago, like myself, we're still happy because the price hadn't even touched where I bought in at, right? So someone else decided, let's just pretend that it's going up, it's going to the moon. Yeah, everybody always says it's going to the moon. It doesn't ever get to the moon because it tends to come back down to earth where reality lies, correctly? So what would I tell the people that bought it at 120 yesterday, or whenever it hit 120? I would say buy more today. Oh, why, Mark? Because if it's, let's just say 120 yesterday, it's 80 today, add the two numbers together, and it comes up to $200 even. You got 2 ounces, and so you split that in half. So now you bought each one of them at $100. So you just do your dollar cost averaging as you go along. The more it falls, the more you buy. The higher it goes, the slower you buy. But we all know, buy low, sell high. What is our high going to be? I don't know. Nobody knows. They can talk all they want to on YouTube. Nobody really knows where it's going. I personally still think it's going to go up. It's taking a Friday siesta, okay, a nap on Friday. And so it typically will, because they're going to sell off the market, sell all that paper, silver, and it's going to draw the price down. How is that? When you sell, the price goes down. When you buy, the price goes up. So if we have more sellers than we have buyers, the price is going down. If we have more buyers than we have sellers, the price is going to go up. So just keep that in mind as you're watching the chart go up and down. And I was telling my brother earlier, I said, I probably look at the silver market and the crypto market at least 20 times a day. And you're going, well, Mark, that's kind of obsessive, isn't it? Yes, it is. But I want to see where my money is going, which direction. Because, good example right now, that the silver is down. I've been wanting to buy an entire $100 face value of Washington quarters in 90% silver. Well, if I would have bought it yesterday, I would have been paying $8,000 some odd dollars. Well, today it's down into the 6,000s. So keeping an eye on the market is going to tell you when to buy in. If you see it just going straight up, let it relax for a little bit. Just watch it go straight up, because we all know what goes up will go down. And so I take that all the time as a rule of thumb, I guess you could say. So anyhow, keep on stacking. Right now, buy some more. If it goes to 50, buy more. If it goes to 25, buy more. All right? Just keep stacking. And eventually you're going to have a stack, let's just say like my own, where I only paid $25 for each one of these. So every time it drops or every time it goes up, hey, I either made money or I lost money. But as you can see, if it's at 80 today and I only bought this for $25, I'm still in the profit, right? Okay, so the whole point of stacking is stack for the long term. I love all of y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Tell me what y'all think. How do you think silver's going to do? Is it going up, down, sideways? Where is it going? Talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.